Hello and welcome back to our daily blog. Today is the 5th Sunday in Lent, which is also called Passion Sunday. So we are now at the beginning of the final stretch of our Lenten journey. We've actually just finished our Explore at 4 service. Easter, are we there yet? It feels like Lent can go on a bit and we really just want to get to Easter, but sometimes it's all about the journey and not necessarily about the destination. So we look again at some more readings for today under the title Until. Now we've got 2 readings today, so I will give them both to you to start with. The first is from Psalm 73. Verses 15 to 17. If I had said, I will talk on in this way, I would have been untrue to the circle of your children. But when I thought how to understand this, it seemed to me a wearisome task, until I went into the sanctuary of God. Then I perceived their end. And then the second reading, you might know, without me telling you, it's from quite a famous passage. But when he came to himself, he said, how many of my father's hired hands have bread enough and to spare, but here I am, dying of hunger. From Luke 15, verse 17. That is from probably one of Jesus's most famous parables, the prodigal son. And I think over the years we've heard Matt talk about the prodigal son a lot because it's one of his favourites. He has the painting as his screensaver. Not necessarily because he likes the painting, but because it reminds him of the story, that no matter what place you're in personally, you can come to God with one shoe on and one shoe off, and God will always welcome you, just as the Father welcomes back his prodigal son. Walter Brueggemann writes of these 2 passages that Jesus was actually making a commentary on Psalm 73 when he told the parable. Jesus, of course, would have been extremely familiar with the scriptures, not only from studying them, but of course he was there. He was there when the psalmist wrote them. He was there at the beginning of time and is there always. So everything that Jesus is saying, he makes contextualized for his audience. They, of course, would have also been familiar with the psalmist's work. So what does that mean to us? It's the word until in the psalm that we're focusing on. It could almost be the same in the story of the prodigal son. The son didn't go home until he hit rock bottom. He didn't understand his father's love until he was welcomed home. He was down on his luck. He'd spent every penny he'd been given, all of the inheritance that he wanted. He was eating pig slop with the pigs in the sty. And at that point he said, even my father's slaves are fed better than this. I might as well go home. But at that point, was he going home just because he thought he'd be better off, or because he genuinely wanted to? It's not until his father welcomes him back with open arms that he truly understands what it means to be home. His father shows him true compassion, true forgiveness, and true welcome, just as God does for all of us. I'll leave you with those thoughts, and I'll see you all again in a couple of days. Goodbye.